हरि ओम।
Hari Om. Sorry for the delay. Om Bhadram Karneभिः शृणुयाम देवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैः स्तुष्टुवागुंसस्तनूभिः व्यशेम देवहितं यदायुः स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु ओम शांति शांति शांति। ओम सदाशिवसमारंभां शंकराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि। हरि ओम। Salutations to all. You are not able to hear? Okay. So we had seen the Shanti mantra of Kaivalya Upanishad, how it is a prayer for all the to all the devatas, and specifically Indra and Brihaspati and Pusha, Tarksha, and it is meant for various reasons to tune up the mind of the teacher and the student to the Supreme, to invoke the grace of the Lord to compel us to do our Purushartha. It is also a prayer for Arogya, it is a prayer for Mangalanubhuti, it is a prayer for Pratibandha Nivritti, removal of obstacles. Different reasons we saw, and of course, peace, the Shanti mantra, so that our mind is quiet. Now we enter into the Upanishad. So this Kaivalya Upanishad begins with this mantra, the first mantra. This is the background actually. First mantra starts after this. So the context is set. Om Athashvalayano Bhagavantam Parameshtinam Upasametya Uvacha. Om and Atha, they are the two primordial sounds which manifested at the time of creation. So Om is the single syllable indicating the supreme truth. Om iti ekaksharam Brahma, it is said. And A, U and Ma together make Om, covering all the sound possibilities. So Omkar is the subtlest mantra indicating the supreme, the most powerful mantra. And it is also that which indicates the creation, which is nothing but sound vibrations and energy vibrations. So Om indicates both transcendental absolute truth as well as the relative reality. As the sound, it pervades everything, and as the source of sound, it indicates the infinite consciousness. And so Om is a Purna, is that which indicates Purnatvam, and Om is added, that's why to many mantras, and we before we chant we add Om. Here Om is added If you see in the Vedas, in the other texts, you will find that the description starts with atha only, not om. Atha also is Mangalvachak, atha also is that which the primordial sound, om and atha. Atha has many meanings. Atha to iti, when we say atha, meaning atha indicates beginning, iti indicates end. So atha to iti means from beginning to end. Like how we say cover to cover now. Nowadays people say, I read this book, Swamiji, cover to cover. Earlier one used to say atha to iti, meaning I've done it fully from beginning to end. So atha indicates a beginning. So here also atha means the portion is beginning, because we have to understand that earlier days the Vedic tradition was the oral tradition, and so it was not written down until Vedavyasji compiled it and brought it out in the form of the books. It was only the oral tradition. One of the reasons why it is called as Shruti, because it is heard, remembered, passed on to the next generation. So, how does one know which chapter begins where? Here you have sections and you have markers and one understands in a book. How to know? Because it is a continuous repository of the mantras. So, how does one know where it began, where it ends, where which portion is supposed to be considered as the Upanishad and which is Karma Kanda and which is Upasana and all that? How does one segregate? So, atha and iti, or sometimes the same line is repeated twice, then that indicates that this chapter concludes here. So, if you see the end of this Kaivalya Upanishad, it will be written Kaivalyam phalam ashnuta iti. So, iti means end. In our book here, we added one more thing, iti atharva vede Kaivalya Upanishad samapta. That also is added here. But otherwise, iti word itself is enough. So, atha indicates the beginning, iti indicates the end. Atha also means thus, from now, thus actually, which means that something has preceded it. Atha is that with which so many sutras like Brahma Sutra, Athato Brahma Jignasa, even Yoga Sutra, Patanjali Yoga Sutra, Atha Yoga Anushasanam, same way, Jaimini's Karma Sutra, many of these, they will start with Atha, which indicates that there should be something which has happened earlier. That indicates the preparation. That when a certain preparation is done, then thus, after this preparation, now this happens. So that's what it means. So, atha word here indicates the preparation that the student has to have done, student has to, should have gone through. And here it means Aashvalayana, who is the student, has done that preparation. Atha Aashvalayano. So, what is the preparation there? So, the preparation there is the student must have done certain karma yoga, then done certain upasanas, then cultivated fourfold qualification, vivek, vairagya, shatka sampatti, mumukshutvam. This much preparation should have happened. Then one approaches a teacher. That is a guru upasatti. Here, who is the guru? Bhagavantam Parameshtinam. So, Ashwalayana is the Shishya and Bhagavantam Parameshtinam, the Supreme Lord, who is Brahmaji, Parameshti. Upasametya, having gone close to him, Uvacha, he spoke. This is the meaning of the first line which is described here, the context. So, what is the preparation required? That we have also seen in the introduction, so I won't go too much into the detail, but I want to share here the steps in Brahma Vidya, in the Jnana Marg specifically, so that we know and we can evolve accordingly. um, you will see here our beginning is when we are not aware of this knowledge, when we don't know what is the importance of purification of the mind, etc. We are doing selfish karma, which is called sakama karma. We live for I, me, and mine only. Slowly, one comes to realize the stress it causes, tensions, anxieties, dissipation of energy, conflicts, so many things that selfishness causes. Then one slowly understands through introspection, through satsang, through various other methods, one comes to recognize the limitation of that. So from sakama karma, one comes to nishkama karma. Nishkama karma will help us to remove the impurities, kama, krodha, lobha, moha, mada, matsarya. Then one comes to upasana. So mala is removed by karma yoga. Vikshepa, wandering of the mind, is removed by upasana. One chooses a support system, chooses a form of the Lord, name of the Lord, or any other upasana one can do. There are so many upasanas which are mentioned, like Omkar is a sound upasana, or take up something in nature and then superimpose the attitude of divinity on that and then worship that. So, whatever upasana one does, through that the mind becomes single pointed. So, Karma Yoga, Upasana, then comes Guru Upasatti. One seeks the refuge of a teacher, surrenders, serves with humility. We will come to that in little more time, that what is exactly this Guru Upasatti. So one approaches a teacher. Then what does one do approaching a teacher? Brahma Jignasa. One should ask for Brahma Gyan, not ask for some, I want this promotion and I want that child and I want this money and I want that house. That word Brahma Gyan, one who is a realized master, from them it is like asking 1 rupee from a king. A king is capable of blessing you with so much more. So same way, seeking a guru is for Brahma Gyan. And who has cultivated Vivek, Vairagya, Shatta, Sampati, Mumukshutvam will want only that, because that is what those qualifications mean. With those qualifications, one approaches a guru. That is the tradition. Here, sometimes it may happen that we may go to the guru and then start understanding, oh, this is the tradition and this is what I should prepare, and then our preparation may start, which is all right. One can at least start the preparation, but one should become aware that what am I here for? What is my purpose? Why am I with the teacher? So, Guru Upasatti, Brahma Jignasa. Only someone who has known this truth can help us to realize the truth. So that the qualification for the teacher that the Shastra gives is, there are two qualifications, Shrotriya and Brahmanistha. One who is well versed in the scriptures and who has the abidance in the truth. Shrotriya, so that one is able to teach with the time tested knowledge, with the appropriate vocabulary, appropriate examples, metaphors, and help the student to understand this science logically, systematically, and then one applies it and realizes the truth. So it is time tested wisdom using appropriate models as given in the Shastra to help the person to cross over this realm of ignorance. And Brahmanishta, because one has experienced it. Using the scriptural knowledge through the guru also has a guru. So through the guru, the scriptural knowledge, the guidance, the sadhana, one has come to establish oneself in the truth and prove that what the scripture says is valid, it is true. Such a teacher one goes to. If one can't find a Brahmanistha, at least one should find a Shrotriya. That is most important. If either of the two are not there, then it is not possible to know the truth. It can't happen just like that. Then one is like a guinea pig getting experimented upon. So go to the teacher, seek this Brahma Gyan. Then the main Jnana sadhana are the next three steps. Shravanam, listen to the knowledge, determine that the essence of this Vedic knowledge is that I am essentially divine, my nature is Sachidanand, I am not this body, mind, intellect, I am not this jiva. Then reflect upon it, Mananam, Shravanam, Mananam, Nididhyasanam. So reflection upon it, remove all the doubts using scriptural logic, get a firm intellectual conviction that how I am Brahman, I am not this jiva. And then do the Nididhyasan, where the Viparita Bhavana that we have, that no matter how much I have studied, I have lived as a jiva for a long time, for many, many millions of years, so that bhavana is still I am this jiva. So through nididhyasan, that jiva bhav is transformed. Detach oneself from the BMI attached to the truth. That is nididhyasan, contemplation. That will lead the person to absorption of the mind, savikalpa samadhi, nirvikalpa samadhi, transcending the boundaries of the Triputi, experiencer, experience, experience. And continuous practice, one will be truth, that is called nishtha, that is brahmadhi. That removes the ignorance. So mala, vikshepa, avarana, these are our three obstacles in Vedanta. Mala is six impurities, vikshepa is wandering of the mind, avarana is ignorance. Karma yoga removes mala. The steps, we should know this very clearly in Vedanta, these are our steps. Then each one can figure out where am I, and certain things may happen simultaneously also for us. Like we may have to continuously reinforce the fourfold qualifications and be in touch with a teacher, learn. So we are listening also, we may be reflecting after that, we may nididhyasan, we do nididhyasan after that. So certain things can happen simultaneously. It is not that okay, now I'm in karma yoga state, so I will not do anything except karma yoga. Not necessary. Time also we may not have that much. Now I'm in upasana state, so I will keep on doing only upasana. No need of doing anything else for some time. If one wants to do that, that is a choice. But if one wants to, one can do upasana and also attend the satsang, listen, reflect. As our qualifications become more and more sharp, mind becomes purer, single pointed, the absorption of Brahmagyan will become better. So now here what do we see? That a student has approached a teacher. Why does a student need a teacher? Why can't one learn on one's own? One youngster went and asked Gurudev that. He said, Swamiji, there are those times video tapes were there, you know. So he says there are audio cassettes, video tapes, books. Why do I need a teacher? Gurudev replied to him, go and ask this to that book. Meaning, a book doesn't know who you are, what is your level of evolution, what are your doubts, what are your challenges. One reason. It doesn't. And Guruji says the book doesn't know if you are sleeping while reading. If the Guru is sitting in front of you, at least Guru knows you are sleeping. So this is a knowledge which is subtler than the subtlest knowledge. Knowledge of the infinite consciousness which is beyond mind, where it is not easy. Just by reading a book, it will not happen. Gurudev always said this knowledge is not from the lips of the teacher to the ears of the student, it is from the heart of the teacher to the heart of the student. And which is why the tuning has to happen between the teacher and the student. Words are only a medium. What the words indicate, that has to be understood properly. So the teacher has to use the right words, the student has to understand the right thing that is being indicated through those words. And here it is not some object, it is not some emotion, it is not some thought, it is beyond that. Without the knowledge, without the initiation, the guidance of a teacher, it is not possible. Upanishad say this very clearly, and that's what our Vedic tradition also is. Ananya prokte gatiratra nasti. There is no other method except listening to this or knowing this truth from a teacher who is established in that which is Ananya. And the teacher also has to teach it to the student that you are that Ananya Tattva. In a not an objective way saying there is some truth. You are that truth. So it has to be taught also by the teacher accordingly. So what one needs is such a teacher. Go to that teacher because our ego is very subtle. Dropping that ego requires an altar of surrender, and that altar is the divine, altar is consciousness, and Guru is the appearance of that divine consciousness. And hence, the teacher is very important. In all the Upanishads, you will see there will be a teacher, there will be a student. It is not that one is sitting on one's own and suddenly one day something happened. If a teacher has been there, a student has approached the teacher, got the knowledge, and is doing abhyas, and then something has happened, then that's a different matter. There may be some purva janma samskar, etc. And apparently there may not be a teacher in this life, but that person would have already had. And now the practice is getting continued. Without that, it is not possible. So a teacher is required for this knowledge to arise. For it is intuitive knowledge, it's not intellectual information. Books can give some intellectual information, but how to purify the mind and what are the obstacles that come, how to overcome them, which level one is, how to lift from that to higher level, all that is done only because of the presence of the Guru. It doesn't happen otherwise. Even small things we want to learn, we need somebody to teach us. How is it possible to gain Brahma Vidya without a teacher? And so, a Guru is very important here. Guru also is the one who, when we say Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, that is the bhav that the student has, because Brahma Vidya comes from the Supreme Lord alone. He is the Adi Guru. And whoever has realized Brahma Vidya has become one with that Lord. Sayohavaitat paramam Brahma Veda Brahmaiva Bhavati. Whoever knows Brahman, Brahma Veda, Brahmaiva Bhavati has become Brahman. So Guru Sakshat Parabrahma is not a exaggeration, it is a fact. Only science where this happens, luckily. When we study physics, we don't become the law of gravity. We study biology, we don't become that particular, creature or the plant or the animal or whatever we are studying about. But the knower of Brahman becomes Brahman. And so that Supreme Lord alone is the Guru, and the bhav of the student is one who has realized oneness with that Lord. So my teacher is my Lord, my altar of surrender. And it is the teacher only who is Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara. As Brahmaji, he is the creator. The spark of knowledge is lit by the teacher, where we don't even know we are bound. We don't even know our personality layers. It is the Guru who makes us aware of bondage, of the limitations of bondage, of the pain and suffering also, and the way to come out of it. Helps us to walk the path, helps us to overcome obstacles, finally makes us realized one with the truth. From the beginning to the end, the whole journey is because of the Guru's grace. And we ask, why do I need a Guru? Nothing will happen without a Guru. So, when we say this, why a teacher is required? Guru is Brahmaji, creates the spark. Guru is Vishnu, sustains our inspiration. So many distractions, temptations are there. The Guru helps us. The grace of the Guru protects. So beautifully it is said in Tulsi Ramayana in Vibhishan Gita, Kavacha Abheda Vipra Guru Puja. There is an impenetrable armor. Arrows of temptations may be thrown at us, shot at us, but they will not penetrate our heart. Meaning, the armor, the grace of the Guru is that which will protect the student. Kavacha Abheda Vipra Guru Puja. There it is that one worships the Guru, the wise men, and that will protect. Meaning that will invoke the grace that will protect. So, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara. The destruction of ignorance also happens because of grace of the Guru through the Atma Gyan. Hence, the teacher is very, very important. And this teacher is not just an individual teacher, the teacher is a teacher who belongs to the Guru Parampara. So we always invoke the grace of Bhagavan and the entire Guru Parampara. That's one of the most significant, salient aspects of Sanatana Dharma. That we have unbroken traditions of Guru Parampara in so many fields, not only in Brahma Vidya, in so many fields. In art, literature, dance, music, it just goes on, one after the other. The Guru gains the knowledge, gives it to the Shishya, who gets the knowledge from the Guru, passes on to the next one, the disciple. It keeps on going, generation after generation. So, Parampara is important. Why? Because it traces back to Bhagavan. And one always remembers that I am not the teacher. The teacher always knows that I'm not the teacher. The teacher knows that I am not the Karta. I am not actually the teacher in that sense. The teacher is Bhagavan. I am an empty instrument. One who says I am one with the teacher, one with the Lord, the Anubhuti one has. Which means that again there is no I, there is Bhagavan alone who is the teacher. So the parampara is important because that is the time-tested knowledge which has come down. One has, the Vedic declarations are lived by that person and passed it on to the next generation, who experiences, passes it on to the next generation. So the entire Guru Parampara is a living proof of the validity of the scriptures. That what the scripture says, that if you follow these steps, you will discover this truth. They are a proof of that. And that is why the Shraddha is important in the Shastra and in the teacher, both. That what the scripture is saying is true, and my teacher has known that truth, and walking that path, one has realized the truth, and I am also on that path now. One feels blessed actually that some great master has accepted me as a disciple. To come under the wings of great gurus is not possible without punya of many, many lives. To get a Brahmanistha guru is not at all easy. Because how many people are there who realize Brahman are very few. To come under the wings of the parampara like Shivanandaji Maharaj, Tapon Maharaj, Gurudev is not easy. And so one feels blessed actually that some grace of Bhagavan and some punya karma that we found a guru, and under their umbrella we are, under their protection we surrender to them, we learn to live by the knowledge they give and walk the path. And their grace definitely is there to protect, to help us overcome the challenges. Guru need not always be in a physical form. The physical form will be there to help the student, no doubt. But at some point the form will disappear. But the Guru is never the form. Guru is the formless absolute truth, who is the Atma, who is always with us, as the voice of conscience also and as infinite consciousness also, both. So the Guru keeps guiding from within. And also from outside, through various things, people, circumstances, situations, the guidance keeps coming. One has to be open. So you should never think, where will I find a guru? I don't have a guru. One cultivates discipleship, cultivates a demand, the guru will manifest if required in the form. Otherwise, you will get the guidance. One may have to formally, if one knows certain, if one has come across a certain um, teacher or a few teachers and one wants to choose and one feels that, okay, in the company of such and such teacher, I feel more clarity, I feel more independent, my mind is more peaceful, then one may observe that teacher. If the teacher is free from kama, krodha, lobha, etc., teacher is selfless, teacher is living away from body identification, all that. So slowly one may decide, okay, now this is the person. Ideally, it will be that the teacher will, the student, to the student, the teacher is revealed, ki, okay, this is the teacher. But the student also has to have a demand, and that's why it is said that have the demand, cultivate the discipleship, the teacher will appear. Whichever way, form or formless, it will happen. So, a teacher is important. And we should remember, see, this is what the Shastra says. I'm just sharing that here, that we should know 4 generations of our teachers. Guru is the immediate teacher. Param Guru is the Guru's Guru. Then Parameshthi Guru is the 3rd generation of the Gurus. And Paratpara Guru is the 4th generation. So 4 generations we remember. So suppose we say Gurudev is our Guru, Tapon Maharaj, Shivananji are his Gurus. Then Swami Shantiananji is the Guru of Tapon Maharaj. Tapon Maharaj, Shantiananji's Guru is the Paratpara Guru. 4 generations we have to know. Even in family, ideally one should know 4. Who is my father? Who is my grandfather? Who is my great grandfather? Who is my great great grandfather? 4 at least I should know. In the family, we see that is called Bindu Parampara, because through the seed one is born, physical seed, the child is born. The student is also the child of the Guru, because that is called Nada Parampara or Shabda Parampara. Through the initiation that the student gets from the teacher becomes the spiritual father of the student. And so the student should know who is my spiritual father, who is his spiritual father. That way, 4 generations one should know. It's a good exercise to do for both the paramparas, Bindu Parampara, Nada Parampara. Find out who are your 4 generations of ancestors and find out who are the 4 gurus, 4 generations of gurus. So, Guru Parampara. And this Guru Parampara is traced back to Bhagavan finally. We may not know everybody in the lineage, that's why it is said at least 4 one should know. But we always say that the parampara comes from Bhagavan. So we chanted in the beginning also, Sada Shiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam. Remembering that it is the divine Lord alone who is the real teacher and who only appears in so many forms to guide us out from this ocean of samsara. So here we find that a student has gone to the teacher. Many times it will be the teacher walks into the life of the student because student doesn't even know I am bound. Teacher walks in and guides the student. Very rare are such situations where the student will approach a teacher because the student also is very highly qualified. Then that student is aware, mind is more purified, single pointed, then one knows, okay, he is my teacher. Or approaches a person who is well established in the truth, knowledgeable of the scriptures, knowledgeable in the scriptures, and then goes to that teacher. So Guru Parampara should be the Vedic Parampara, should be, that's what the tradition says, that it can't be just anybody who becomes a Guru of Brahma Vidya. See, all these are given in the scriptures. And it is not that Swamiji today says we can't find like that. No, it is not true. We will still find. If we know already that, okay, Gurudev, that Napon Maharaj, Shanti like that, we have the parampara. It is in Kali Yuga only, no? So it's not that we will not find in Kali Yuga like that. It may be rare, no doubt. But we should find. When we don't know all this, then we take anybody as the guru and then we get disillusioned because that person then does something where one gets upset. Why did this person behave like this or do like this, and I trusted so much? Why? Because this parampara, one did not inquire, one did not find out. There may be many possibilities. So that's why the insistence in the scripture for a guru parampara. If here we see Bhagwan himself is directly the guru, but otherwise one approaches a teacher and one should inquire and find out who is the guru of that teacher, who is the guru of that guru, and find out 4 generations. One will know. Then one also has that Shraddha that I belong to a parampara. Gurudev always used to say that a person who knows that, okay, these were my ancestors, this is the great work they have done, and I must live up to that legacy, that person will live in a certain moral values, in certain level. One will not compromise and fall. Because there is something that I have to uphold, the dignity I have to uphold, and that will give me the strength. Whenever my mind becomes weak, I will invoke that and say, no, no, I can't compromise. I belong to such a great legacy. How can I do this? If that bhav, if that feeling and that shraddha is not there and the mahima of that parampara is not known, then it becomes more easy to compromise. So, now don't argue saying even after knowing that there are enough people who compromise. That is not the point. The point is that the mind, when it is weak, it needs to hold on to something to ensure that it doesn't fall. It can rise. So when I know that I belong to such a great Guru Parampara, my mind can play a lot of tricks. How will I safeguard? One of the ways is this, that when I know this, that this parampara I belong to, I will not compromise because I have a great legacy to live up to. How the student lives is one of the direct expressions of what the teacher is, how the teacher has taught the student, how the teacher has been able to influence the student's mind and transform the life. Now, obviously, it is not that the student is a testimony of the worth of the teacher. That is not the point. The point also is the actions of the teacher, sorry, actions of the student are a reflection on the teacher in some ways. Like how when uh, a particular child, let us say son or daughter, whoever it is, how they behave, people will judge. No, say, this is what your parents taught you. Now, parents may have actually taught properly. The child is not living. That's a secondary matter. But first, the understanding of people is what? Is this what your parents taught? So, same way. So, when one knows this, that I belong to such a great Guru Parampara, then no compromise. That gives a lot of strength also. And also, when we remember the whole Guru Parampara, then we know that Bhagwan's grace is with me, Parampara's grace is with me. All I have to do is put my effort. That also gives a lot of strength. So it's not only some pressure of maintaining some legacy that they have set. No, no, it is also the great strength, and I invoke their grace, and it is a fact that their grace is with me. Just that I am not aware of it and I don't invoke it and use it. The grace of the entire Guru Parampara is there with us, at every single moment. And so when we invoke that grace, we will be protected. Our mind will, even though there is a temptation, even though it has some vasana to fall for it, it will be protected the moment I invoke that grace. That is called Shraddha in the Guru also. So that's why Guru Parampara is very, 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 very important. Now, having understood all this, who is the Shishya here? And see, one beautiful aspect of our culture also is that the Shishya goes to the teacher and asks a question. So you will see that he asks, it's a dialogue, and it sometimes is, questions are asked again when one has not understood certain things. Teacher replies very compassionately. So it is not some commandment alone that this has to happen, this should be done. If you don't do this, this will happen to you. It is a nice conversation that is happening. Questions are being asked, interaction is happening. That's a beautiful environment to uh, study, to explore, to logically understand the science and lift the thinking of the student. The teacher lifts the thinking of the student step by step and helps to go beyond. Now, who is a student here? So, Ashvalayana. We were on the word Atha. Atha, I said Atha is primordial sound. Atha is indicating the beginning of anything. Atha also means something which is uh, indicating that something has preceded this. So the qualifications, the student must have the qualification. Vivek, discrimination between real and unreal. Vairagya, dispassion. So there is no craving for sense, pleasure, and enjoyment here and hereafter. Then Shama, mind control, Dhamma, sense control, Uparama, withdrawal, then Titiksha, forbearance, Shraddha, faith, uh, Samadhan, absorption of the mind. These are six which are called Shatka Sampatti, and Mumukshutvam, which is intense desire for liberation. All these, when one has gone to the teacher. Preparation is not only going to the teacher. How does one go to the teacher? As per the vidhi, one goes to the teacher. Vidhivat upasannaha, it is said in the Mundaka Upanishad. Vidhivat upasanna means the tradition is one takes a stick, bundle of samid sticks, puts it on one's head, goes to the teacher with a bundle of samid sticks, offers those samid sticks to the teacher. Samid sticks are those small wooden sticks which we offer in the Havan. So one offers that bundle to the teacher, indicating what? That samid sticks indicate Shraddha, they indicate Seva. I have come here to serve something that is useful to the teacher. The teacher can use the samid sticks. So Seva. It is indicator of Shanagati. I have come in surrender. And I have come with a burning desire to know. So it is also, the sticks are, dry twigs. They are dry and they are ready to be consumed. They are not wet and having moisture and fungus and all that. They are ready to be consumed, meaning I have come with a prepared intellect. I have a lot of questions. I want to know Brahman. I have a intense desire to know this. So with that single pointedness, I have come here. Like how in the Gita it is said, Pranipata, Pariprashna and Seva. One goes to the teacher, surrenders, asks, serves the teacher, tunes up, asks the questions, and through that gain the knowledge. So with that attitude, one has gone. Atha indicates all this preparation. Om, Atha, then Ashvalayana. So Ashvalayana Gotra, one who is born in Ashvalayana Gotra is Ashvalayana. This great Rishi Aashvalayana is a Acharya of the Rig Veda one of the acharyas, is not the only acharya, is one of the acharyas to whom Rigvedic mantras are revealed. And he also teaches the Rigveda mantras. And it is also said about him that he was a disciple of Shaunaka. Shaunak Rishi is, you find in Mundaka Upanishad, Shaunako Havai Mahashalaha. He also went to the Lord to seek knowledge. So this Ashwalayana, disciple of Shaunaka, and also he is the author of this Ashwalayana Grahya Sutras, Ashwalayana Shrauta Sutras, and Ashwalayana Stuti. So he is a great teacher. Himself is a teacher, himself is an author, composer. Mantras are revealed to him. And he has gone to whom? To the great Brahmaji, Parameshtinam, Bhagavantam. Bhagavantam is the Lord. Parameshti indicates Brahmaji. So he goes, though he himself is a great student, a great teacher, but he is a teacher of other aspects, in the sense maybe rituals, karma, various upasanas, etc. Brahmagyan he still needs to seek. And hence we find here he goes to a teacher. Here the teacher is Brahmaji himself. Now Brahmaji is also the, in this context we should remember that Brahmaji indicates the Supreme Lord. There is no one greater than Brahmaji in this context. If you see Bhagavatam context, you will see that Brahmaji appears from the navel of Mahavishnu, and then uh, Brahmaji is given the knowledge of Chatushloki Bhagavatam. Through that, Brahmagyan is given to him. So that is the context of Bhagavatam. Here it is Parameshtinam, Bhagavantam, the Supreme Lord who has no other cause, who is the causeless absolute cause. Parameshti indicates that here. And we find that Brahmaji gave the knowledge of the supreme truth to his children, Sanat Kumar. Sanat Kumar gave it to Naraji. Naraji passed it on to many people. So there is that parampara. Again, I'm saying, remember, this is in this context. Don't confuse with Bhagavatam there. Then you will say, no, Bhagavatam mein Vishnu Bhagavan is the Guru. So we have all the three paramparas. See the beauty of it. This is Brahmaji's parampara. Brahmaji, if you see Chandogya Upanishad, you will see that Brahmaji gave knowledge to our Sanat Kumars, the four mind-born children of Brahmaji. They gave knowledge to Naraji, and then Naraji passes it on to many people that way. So this one parampara Brahmaji is there. Then Bhagwan Vishnu's parampara, Narayana Samarambham. So Narayanam Padma Bhuvam Vasishtam Shaktim Cha Tatputra Parasharam Cha. So Narayan Bhagwan gave it to Brahmaji. Narayanam uh, uh, Padma Bhuvam. Padma Bhuvam means Brahmaji. Then he gave it to Narayana Padma Bhuvam Vasishta. Then he gave it to his son Shakti. Shakti gave it to Parashara. Parashara gave it to Vedavyasa. That is Nara Vishnu Parampara. Then we have Shankara Parampara, Shiva Parampara. So we say Sadashiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam. Or we again Shivji in Dakshinamurti, as Dakshinamurti gave knowledge to Sanat Kumars. So Sanat Kumar that way have got knowledge from both Brahmaji and Shivji. How interesting. Maybe in different kalpas, possibilities are there. But the point is, our Trinity, all are having the parampara. In Vishnu Parampara, Brahmaji becomes a disciple of Vishnu Bhagwan. In Brahma Parampara, Brahmaji himself is the supreme. Yo Brahmanam Vidadhati Purvam, that is Vishnu Parampara. Yo Vai Vedancha Prahinoti Tasmai Tamha Deva Atma Buddhi Prakasham Mumukshurvai Sharanam Prapadye. I take refuge of that Supreme Lord who gave this knowledge to Brahmaji, that infinite consciousness. That is Vishnu Parampara. Or one says Brahmanam. So all the three, paramparas are there. Traditionally, we say mainly Vishnu Parampara, Shiva Parampara. That's what most of the acharyas will explain also. That there are two paramparas, Vishnu Parampara, Shiva Parampara. But the idea is it's not to segregate, this is Vaishnava, this is Shaiva, and the fight between both. It is not that. Idea is that whoever is your Ishta, Vishnu or Shiva, that is the supreme. Consider that they have the bhav that they are the supreme consciousness, whoever whichever one chooses, and then worship that form, worship that Lord, understand the Guru in that parampara, surrender to that Guru, whoever is in that parampara, and walk the path. That's the idea. So here, Brahmaji, the creator himself, is the Guru here. So for the student here, Guru Sakshat Para Brahma is a fact. For others, one has to have the Shraddha in the Guru. For this student here, Para Brahma only is there in front. Guru Sakshat Para Brahma only. So Ishvara Bhavana in the Guru one need not have. Ishvara only is the Guru here. So Atha Ashvalayano Bhagavantam Parameshtinam Upasametya approaches the teacher. Upa means close, Sametya having gone. So having gone close to the teacher, meaning what we have seen, with the right attitude one approaches, serves the teacher, tunes up the mind, then one asks. So what questions to ask the student, ask the teacher about Brahma Vidya? That we will see in our next class. For today we will spend last few minutes in contemplation on the Shanti mantra. So sit erect, close your eyes gently, relax your shoulders, let your hands be in your lap or on your thighs, palms facing the sky. Come to a comfortable posture without any strain in any part of the body. Thank Bhagwan and invoke the bhav of kritagnyata or gratitude. Thank the Lord for all the blessings, good health, human body, satsang, so many other things, prosperity, people. Thank Bhagwan for all these. Be aware of your body from the head to the toes. Mentally scan through the entire body from the head to the toes. Be aware of your head, the neck, the chest, entire left hand from the shoulder to the fingers, entire right hand from the shoulder to the fingers. Be aware of your chest, stomach, navel, of the entire back, the top, the middle, and the lower back. Be aware of your hips, the base on which you are sitting. Be aware of your left leg from the thigh to the toes. Be aware of the right leg from the thigh to the toes. We are the witness of the body, we are not the body. We have a body, we are not the body. Observe the body from the head to the toes with this attitude. Be aware of your breath. Each and every breath, just be aware. As you inhale and exhale, be aware of the movement of the breath as it enters in. It fills the lungs, the diaphragm comes down, the stomach bulges out. As one exhales, everything contracts. Every breath, be aware. If you like, you can make the breathing slow, steady, and deep. If you find the mind is quiet, very good. If you find it is wandering, bring it back to the breath. In a quiet mind, whatever we send in goes deep and transforms us. So with this quiet mind, we chant the Shanti mantra slowly. With each line, we will remember the meaning and try to lift the mind to that state. Try to feel what the lines of the mantra are saying. ॐ भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवाः O devatas, maybe listen to what is auspicious. भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः May we see what is auspicious, O worshipful ones. Let these be deep auto-suggestions. Pray sincerely that may we see what is auspicious, may we hear what is auspicious. स्थिरैरङ्गैस्तुष्टुवागुंसस्तनूभिः May the limbs of my body be hale and hearty. May each part be healthy. Yashem devahitam yadayuhu. As per my karma, whatever is my lifespan, may I be healthy and happy in that. When the time comes to depart, may I go joyously. Swasti na indro vridhashavaha. May the ancient and wise Indra, the king of devatas, be auspicious to me. Indra is the deity of my hands also. May I put the efforts to know the truth. Swasti na pusha vishvavedaha. May Pusha, the sun, the all-knower, be auspicious to me. Sun is also the symbol of our senses and our buddhi, the eyes and the buddhi. May these be auspicious to us. Swasti nastarksho arishtanihi. May Tarksha, the wind god, be auspicious to me. May my pranas be auspicious. Swasti no Brahaspatir Dadhatu. May the Guru of the Devatas, symbolically the entire Guru Parampara, be auspicious to us. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. May there be peace from external obstacles, from cosmic forces, from the beings around, and from subjective disturbances. With a quiet mind, when we chant the mantra, invoke the bhavana on a daily basis, it also transforms us. We are sending positive affirmations to the mind. Mentally, offer some water to the sun. Symbolically, we are worshipping all the devatas through the sun. Once again, be aware of your breath. Be aware of the body. Be aware of the happenings around you. We pray for the well-being of everyone. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah. Sarve Santu Niramaya. Sarve Bhadrani. Om Satman Sadgamaya. Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya. Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति। हरिः ओम। श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ओम। Rub your palms, place them on the face, gently open your eyes. All right. Any questions for today? Thank you. Hari Om.